So, other than that, that's pretty much it. There is the G armor type turtle strat that you see on my team. There's the Enterprise Rush strat to counter the Olivie Park strat, or the Sigma operator can also counter it. But there's also the Lumi strat where it can actually counter this strat as well, simply because it hits the sniper in the backline. So right here I don't have Yubin in my hand, so I'm just gonna try and quickly rotate him out to get him.
강하기엔 좀 이르네요.
Cancel his special with Sylvia. So he's using Sigma here, giving everyone a barrier, which is very annoying. And then I'm gonna quickly get Chinatsu in here so I can get more damage reduction, more heals out, and activating all of the Park's operator skill. Then resummon Sylvia real quick so that she can keep providing more stuns. Killing their Yubin very easily.
We can also already see the Yubin switching places at the very beginning of the fight.
Yep.
It's surprising how long your Yubin stays alive at the backline too.
That's simply just because I have a lot more damage reduction on my team and a lot more heals in the sense. He's about to die, so I don't want him to die so I can keep summoning him out instantly, so I'm going to summon him right back instantly. Giving my team a little bit more protect damage since he is back into the fight.
So you also have Jinatsu there for the damage reduction as well. Look at that, Amina just came in and did nothing. Almost nothing.
When the Yubi's busy tanking to keep Yubin into the field. My ult does go off before the Ohio reaches you, giving him even more heals with Claudia and whatnot, and resummoning my backline so he can kill the Yubin again is the most important part about this. If my Yubin can get his ult off right here, this is huge, simply because everyone on the enemy team will get their attack debuff permanently added, so it'll be less damage. However, it seems like they did stun me, which is a bit annoying. I'm gonna summon my other tank right here to basically make it so the fact that Yubin can't really do as much damage to them. So you summon another nuke off.
That Mina did almost nothing.
And that's pretty much my strat in the sense that Yubin will keep using his reflux to keep going towards the enemy ship. He's very strong to the point where he can solo the tower or the ship alone. It's very, very strong.
Yeah. And the team works really well because you also have a sub-evasion tank, which is Yubin, to hold the back line in case Yubin goes too far to the front.
Pretty much.
But this strat really works is also because Lin Xian is up this week, where if you give her leader, basically she's a zero cost unit.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely in the sense Lin Xian being up this week makes the matches a lot more faster, and a lot more room for mistakes could be there. But at the same time, if too much of your units die, that means their Lin Xian will give them too much units, and you're pretty much lost at that point. So right here, I do have Yubin up right now, so I could give them no chance to actually summon anything. So I'm just gonna summon my Yubin right away, so I can start this jazz right here. So this is very interesting. He's playing very more close towards his ship, so I'm assuming he probably does have an Amina here, or a Rosaria.
There's a Rosaria.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, but I would assume an Amina is gonna come soon.
That's alright for the most part, simply because I do have G armor here, so it should just lift her up, and it won't really do as much.
Yeah, Sylvia is safe at the back as well.
My Nabi is still definitely alive as well, which is very nice.
Oh, yeah. That is one tanky Yubin. There goes the ult.
Hopefully my Yubin can live a little bit longer here.
Well, the Serapel did a lot here.
Yeah, having a secondary tank definitely does help.
강화하기엔 좀 이르네요. 강화하기엔 좀 이르네요.
Oh, this is a very, very high average cost team you're up against. Rosaria, Yubin, Serapel, Yumina. They're all 4 cost and above.
Yeah, so his strat is very much more extremely turtle than my comp, where he wants to stick more towards his backline so his Linjin can ult a lot more often. Now even being a very nice tank for that as well. Putting Rosaria in the front so that she can blast the enemy with her shield so she doesn't die with her invulnerability and also the shield she has, so she can at least take down 1 or 2 units. So cost-wise, he's pretty much killing units to gain back the cost that he put down, which is very, very strong.
That was a great match.
So what I could have done better there is, instead of rushing, I definitely could have waited, simply because I also didn't have Linjin myself. I think Linjin was 8th pick. She was in the very back, so cost-wise, I was very much crippled in a sense. So with my comp, I can't exactly turtle, because if my Sylvia dies early, then it's very much a waste. This is an Enterprise. I do want to see what he does. I see Linjin is in my next hand, so I can use this and get Linjin up right away. Now Yubin can be placed right here. It's fine. Right here, I think I can cancel his skill, so his skill doesn't come out very often.
Just nice timing.
Gonna put down more damage reduction so this doesn't kill me as fast. And then put down my Gaiyun for some damage.
Yeah. Enterprise is also a very good pick against a Yubin user because, if I'm not mistaken, the first skill, the one that summons that little fireball, it actually reduces evasion at the same time, isn't it?
Yes, it does. It's very strong so that he gets hit more often. Right there, he put down his Linjin in the front, so he couldn't really get anything out of that, which is very, very nice. So his Linjin didn't really do anything. I have my whole team out right now, while Yubin is still holding strong
Alive.
right here.
Boom. Let's go.
Doesn't really kill my team that much. I'm gonna heal my Yubin. He just died. That's a shame. Unfortunate. That is fine. My Lee unit is still tanking.
Still there, yeah. And here comes Yubin again.
Yep, I can kill there now Yubin before ulti comes off, which is very, very nice.
Oh, that Sylvia ult literally just wiped everything.
Yep. I can get my Yubin ult off right here, which is really nice.
Right when he drops, gets a stun. Oof, that's a good one.
Maybe my Sylvia ult will be able to get a little bit of wipe here.
Yeah. Paired with the Gaiyun's ult as well. Oh, the damage mitigation is really powerful though. Why are they so tanky?
They'll put down another damage mitigation here.
Yeah.
Put down another tank, just in case my Yubin does die. And to protect from the nuke. Got a nice stun off.
Good. Wow, almost nobody died from that nip this time.
Hopefully I can get another nuke off here. Nice. And wipe the field once more time. I'm gonna redeploy Claudia to fully heal everyone again. Now this is pretty much just a redeploy battle in a sense, where if I can get more redeploys off, I can continuously keep my team alive. Let me see if I can redeploy Nanahara Chinatsu here after she ults for more damage reduction. Activate this ult so I can put everyone in the air, get rid of the twins. Now Yubin ults one more time and blasts everyone to death. Goodbye, Gaiyun.
It doesn't stack, right? Now Yubin's 50% attack reduction.
No, it does not. But it is permanent.
Imagine it stacks.
So this was a very nice match. Very well played by both sides. And it's a very RNG on how much faster your Sylvia can do. That's pretty much my strat in a sense, where if I can gather them all together and nuke them, and I can clear as much more units, then I can put down more of my units in a sense.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun match. So now that it's actually quite straightforward when it comes to like Yubin versus Yubin teams. So assuming, let's say, we are up against a Yubin and we do not have one in our hand, what do you think we can do with it?
I think it is potentially very easy to kill Yubin if the enemy does not have the right hand, as if you can get enough damage off, he will die before they can do anything. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. This might be okay. I didn't get any of my tanks, so this is actually very unfortunate. But now, hopefully now Yubin can take over the reins here. He didn't get any tanks either except for Yumi, so my Linjin is a little bit more damage, which is a little bit annoying. Gonna see if I can put down Shinatsu right away, so I can get that buff off real quick and get them out of here. I think that does kill the Sylvia. It does knock her up, but not exactly kill yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Get a little bit of heal off.
Oh, the enemy Lin Xian got the ult off.
Oh, I got my ult. Nice.
Oh, here comes Amina.
Yep, put down a protection tank in front of them so they don't take as much damage. Zamie, that seems like she's gonna die very fast.
Yeah,
Here.
fairly quickly.
And now Yubin does almost die here. It's very annoying.
Your,
Let me see.
your Gaian's ult ready.
It is. But
Okay,
they
in
got
fact-
their ult a little bit too fast.
Yeah. It's like it's really just a battle of the Yubins. Like who can get the Yubin out of the field first actually has a higher chance of winning. The reason is because of the skill haste debuff is also taken away when he dies.
Yes, very much so. And as well as we can get the first Sylvia ult off as well. Because with Sylvia ult, we're able to play the field a lot more faster in a sense.
Safer, yeah.
And level the field out. I am potentially able to keep Yumi a little bit more alive. They put down my Yumi again.
There goes the Shinatsu. Oh, the guy is right at the front. Okay, here comes Mina. This has a lot more damage potential compared to your team though. What is the difference? Oh, the difference is the admin rifleman. He doesn't have admin rifleman.
Yes, it's pretty much just the admin rifleman in a sense, and he uses Amina a lot more. Which is definitely fair enough.
Yeah. It is a very valid pick.
Yeah. With Sylvia basically nuking my team first, it very much doesn't allow me to actually do much. I pretty much lost here.
Yeah. Even Amina gets her ult off. That's like literally the nail in the coffin.
It very much enables Amina to be valid in the set because Sylvia can level off my field, which pretty much kind of enables Amina to do something because I don't really have much units to counter her. And with the fact that I don't know that he has Amina, I did use my G armor S2 earlier, which does counter Amina, and that basically kind of enabled his Amina to do something. If I didn't do that, I could have countered his Amina and just kept the match how it was going, as per usual.
That's true. That's very true. And it's also easy to redeploy admin rifleman compared to Amina as well. Basically, 6 admin rifleman bodies is equivalent to 1 Amina.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're very much useful to cycle out units in a sense. But I do get not Yubin here. If it was 8th pick, it would have been very troubling.
It's so sad. If that happens, it would be so sad.
7th pick is a little bit more acceptable, but not as much. If I can kill this Lin Xian is dead, pretty much enabling me to have a little bit better or faster Lin Xian ulting. It's gonna get this all the park out, and I don't think I really need to de-armor it here. And I could just save it if I need to, or whenever a Amina potentially can come. I'm gonna just get rid of that guy Yumi real quick. I'm gonna use my ulti while knocking up the not Yubin with this. So the ulti will do a lot of damage. Sylvia does get redeployed, and we'll try and put a tank right here. Get a little bit of protecting. And this whole team is dead.
Yep. And that's it. Right. So coming back to teams that what we can do to counter NYB teams if without a NYB ourselves, what do you think we can? What sort of comp do you think we can run?
For this week, it's very hard because I definitely think you can kill Yubin without your own. If one, you had your own Chinatsu, or if you had another awakening unit that could do as much damage as he tanks, which is very easy. You can do Yuna, you can do whenever Awakening Suit Yun comes, pretty much anyone that can kill him very easily. And a lot of these units being banned kind of enable Yubin in a sense. Kang So Yun enables soldiers for them to do a lot more damage, and with that -1 cost, if she wasn't banned 3, they would be able to put more units out and shred Yubin very, very fast. Other ships as well, like Enterprise being banned 0 or whatever, could affect him a lot. Right now, Enterprise does actually counter this G-Armor Yubin strat, as you can rush the Yubin with it, and then pull everyone together, and they just all die. And it's a very nice strat. It's a very good counter towards the G-Armor comp and whatnot. You could also just mass shred his defense with characters like Su Yun, or again, Shifuyu if he's out, or Terminator if he's up, and whatnot. So I think attack speed in general is the bread and butter to kill Yubin, as he does reduce skill haste, but attack speed he does not. So very strong auto attacking character, Yun, Shifuyu, admin riflemen are very, very strong against Yubin.
The problem this week, what it poses, is that even when we are so busy trying to delete the threat at the front, which is NYB, we left the back lines almost unattended, isn't it? Because if, let's say, we run a mirror match where the enemy has a Yubin and you don't, and you use units like Gaeun, you use admin rifleman, while the enemy does the same, but your rangers are going to die so much more quicker because the enemy will have some sort of like what do you call it, the same damage potential with somebody that can even reduce skill haste at the front. So it's, in the end of the day, it's still kind of difficult, isn't it? Yeah, there's really no sure way to like counter Yubin this week.
Yeah, basically in a sense, if you can somehow outplay him, then it might be possible. But with Lin Jin being on the field, it's very it turns the meta into a very interesting fast-paced battle in a sense, where if you make a mistake, a Lin Jin could overturn the game, or a Sylvia could turn the game very easily. Not even being the main DPS in the team of sorts. So I'm gonna try Amina here just to see how it would go. The cost went up by like 0.5, so we'll see what happens here. I don't have my best gear on her simply because Gaeun does have the best gear on her right now.
So unfortunately for all the viewers looking for a problem solver to NYB this week, I guess there's nothing much we can do.
Oh, there is one thing that you could actually do.
Oh,
I got NYB. Nice. One thing you could do is run Rhino Lumi. It's actually very strong against NYB. You can't really do anything against Rhino. And with Rhino being up this week, your ship pretty much dies very fast. But the easy counter to that is by not deploying NYB, rather just deploy Gaeun, deploy some more DPS Lin Jin, just to try and get that thing out.
Well, there you have it. Either you go all the way in on Lumi and Rhino, if not, forget about it. Because Lumi and Rhino are such niche units that I very much believe majority of the players in Platinum and below don't really have them built. Even if they did, right, it's going to be a very, very low percentile, I'd say, because other than PvP so far, there is no reason to actually use Lumi and Rhino anywhere.
Well, he did deploy Amina here, but I did get the ult off. I'm gonna knock up this Amina with my own and just go on from here. So now my Amina is in the field as a DPS unit.
Oh, but she got stunned.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, right.
She does get duped though. It's very bad. But my healing does get off. I don't really need to put it down another unit here. I got my healing off. Double.
Here comes your nuke. Oh, and the that's it. That's it. That's a clean wipe. Watch out. Here comes the enemy, Yubin.
He might be able to aim in here, just because he ulted. Or he might just deploy some more units now to stop it. Might even did get the ult though, which is really nice.
Oh, here comes the twins ult. Careful about. Here, wow, where all the ults are just popping off. Yeah, I think Amina would fit this team much better compared to Admin Rifleman because deleting Yubin doesn't seem to be a problem for your box of units.
It's very interesting. I think with this meta, it's not so much deleting Yubin fast. I think he dies very easily without G armor or some units. I think the main reason why Yubin is unkillable in a sense is just because you're running double supports with damage reduction on damage reduction with damage reduction.
And Lin Shen is there as well, making him redeploy. Even if he dies, you can just redeploy him again.
The key factors of this week is pretty much you shouldn't let Lin Shen die. You shouldn't let Yubin die. And if you have that, you just continuously build on your team.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
So is that all we want to talk about Yubin though? Is there anything else we want to see? Basically, well, I would just like to also talk about how he performs in any other mode, right? Because we've all been talking about Yubin doing in PvP, whether in strategy battle and in rank battle as well. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he is very, very strong in PvP for a few reasons. Number one, of course, he's a very offensive tank, right? He is not only able to be very sticky on the board, but at the same time able to deal global field-wide damage to units like towers, reduce skill haste, burn shields, and whatnot. But I don't think that damage potential can be brought over to the PvE aspect of the game, don't you think?
Yes, he's very niche in the sense of PvE, as not really much enemies have barriers or whatnot, as Hilda can provide as a support rather than Yubin, because he's very much DPS heavy. I think instead, he's pretty much kind of just resorted towards PvP, because he's very, very strong, and the devs, I guess, decided to just say, he's too strong, let's just nerf him a little bit in that sense. And there is one game mode that he can perform pretty well on, which would be Shadow Hall. There's only really like one stage that can perform well on Shadow Hall, which you can just use Awaken Yuna and Awaken Hilda for that.
So I guess in a sense he is balanced in a way that he's not really well overpowered in every single mode. It's just that he causes people a lot of pain in PvP, that's all, guys. Lots and lots of pain.
Yeah, this match
Wait,
was
is that Harab?
Yeah, I think Harab is a very good pick this week, as he, one of the comps I believe in was Harab. I think Harab is a very strong unit this week as well, and I think she pairs well with Yubin very, very well, simply because she can turn over twins, and she can most definitely turn over riflemans, which that basically wastes their 2-cost riflemans and kind of diverts the attention and also saves Yubin from the rifleman damage. That match was very, very annoying in a sense that I lost simply because my Yubin or my Lin Jin's ulti procced, but at the same time got cancelled, so I didn't get the extra cost that I was able to retaliate with. So a lot of things happened there. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, having twins and riflemen deal damage to Yubin was very annoying, and it definitely happened there, and Harab was there to do that to my units if I had them. It was a very solid plan in a sense.
Well, yeah, it is a very interesting plan. This is going to be a carrier.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is he going to wait to deploy? Oh, sword fighter.
Yep. And he does have
Rifleman too.
riflemen. Yep. Hopefully this does a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
the
just
shield's
activate my
coming.
damage reduction right away. And spam my ulti.
Jane Doe's here, Jane Doe's here. Oh goodness, that's a lot of damage.
Let's hit out so you put the last rifleman. Right, there you go. Got him over his front line down.
Yep. And your Yubin is so healthy, as though nothing hit him at all.
They deployed another admin swordsman, but I'm just deploying it here. I definitely think if you get the right hand, which I did, which was just sniper, Yubin, and support, it's very hard to win against it because how much damage reduction Yubin gets. Like
Yeah,
after
and
points, it's very hard to win against that unless he doesn't have that hand.
true. And Sylvia buys you so much time because that stun is 5 seconds long.
As I said, the easiest way to deal against this comp is to rush in a sense. Enterprise rush is very, very strong in the sense that you can just pull everyone, kill the Sylvia instantly, and whatnot. So rushing at like 8 costs, which is pretty much like 1 second in the game, is a very strong tactic with Enterprise versus the tanky strats.
But you have to wait until the Enterprise second skill actually is off cooldown, isn't it? Doesn't that give the enemy a lot of time to build up a front line?
A little bit, but as you rush, they don't have enough cost to really deal with that. They can only really summon 2 units, and with the S1, really is actually all that matters is because it pulls the units in, gives the evasion a little bit less evasion stats, so they can hit them a lot more often, and Yubin just shreds very easily that way, as well as killing anyone that they suck in. So this is actually a very good hand right here. I got 4 of the best units in this deck. Got Sylvia, Yubin Shinatsu, and also Lin Jin.
Oh damn. That's like the ideal hand. Is like a royal straight flush.
I'm gonna play a little bit towards my side. Let's play a little bit different here. Just so I can see if I can get an Amina off if I need to. Just play a regular Gaiyun here. Get that stun off, hopefully. Okay, that's very annoying.
And here comes the twin as well.
Riflemen as well. Let me see if I can get this guy here. A little bit out to here. And now Yubin's almost dead.
And here comes the ult.
Maybe I can get a heal off, and then now Yubin can live long enough. Get that knockup on Yubin.
Oh, beautiful!
Oh.
Oh, that's so satisfying to watch. Oh, nice timing.
But I think it's by now.
Everybody's so topped off. That ult's not gonna kill anyone.
시끄럽군요. 조용하게 만들어드리죠.
Oh,
GG.
I think this is a good spot to end off with. We can see how strong Yubin is with a good composition and a very good playstyle.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, I think it's very important to also know that Yubin is an offensive evasion tank. Like, we shouldn't expect him to tank damage and do things like a Wicked Hill. They're totally different versions of tanks.
Yep, definitely. Oh, any last thoughts?
Well, okay. I'll just do a little small wrap up. Well, all in all, I think, well, as we all basically, most of us already know, Yubin is very much a PvP tank. Right, he's again an evasion tank, whereas leaning more towards the offensive side. So he does cause a lot of havoc at the front line of PvP, but outside of that, he is basically not that overpowered or used in other PvE contents, because what you want in PvE content is something that can protect the backlines, general bulkiness and whatnot, and Yubin is definitely not one of those characters. So yeah, for those of people who have him, I guess congratulations. People like me who don't have him, we just have to suck it up for 1 week, or at least do something about it for 1 week, because it's just so that Counter-Strike meta always shifts every single week. Since ups and bans, there's such a system, and I think it's very much fair, and it's okay to have Yubin be, completely toxic 1 week, and then he might not be the next week. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yep. With Yubin being added to the game, the meta is very much going to be fluctuating in a way that is going to be like, okay, so right now we have Yubin release. Next week he's not going to be banned because there's a ban protection. Then 3rd week he's probably going to get 2 banned, most likely, if enough people use him. And with that, after he does get banned, we'll then see an influx of Sigma players because towers are able to be used again. If Maria gets upped at the same time, you'll have Sigma lead Maria strats, and that's very, very toxic in a sense. But at the same time, it's gonna keep rotating around that Sigma, not Yubin, Sigma, not Yubin. But not only that, if you guys don't like this RTA too much, in the future we will be getting draft pick in the sense, and a lot of people so far have basically banned now Yubin most of the time, or LSY or whatever. But most likely people ban now Yubin
관리자님의
in
계획에 대해
high elo.
저도 조금은 이해할 것 같군요.
I can't wait for that to happen.
그렇다면
And I can't wait for
관리자님도
Awakened Yuna to
제
come back
계획을
as well.
이해하시겠죠?
She achieved the highest ban level possible quicker than Korea, isn't it?
So definitely not, if not Yubin follows the history of KR, we will have a potential 10 cost not Yubin ban, a 10 cost a Yuna ban, and maybe even a 10 cost LSY ban when she does come out.
Jesus, what did we get ourselves into?
So that's pretty much it for this video. I definitely recommend you guys to check out CymenSniped's channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for having me.